Hi everyone, I'm Aislinn. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a book haul, but this is a longer book haul, we'll say. So this is I'm calling it my end of summer book haul, but it's basically the books that I bought in July and August, just to wrap it all up now that the summer's over. There's some that I've talked about and some that I haven't talked about that I figured I would share with you all because I'm excited about a lot of them, and some of these books have been on my list for a while, so I wanted to share them with you all. Some of them are new to me that I was able to get, so let's just chat about them. Based on if I've talked about them or not, I may not tell you what it's about. Why am I explaining this? It doesn't really matter, but there's one. I have a stack of books here that I've got, and I'm going to tell you about them, or at least why I picked it up, because the Lord knows I can't remember synopsis to save my life. So there's that. So this is also in no particular order. This is just books that I've picked up since the beginning of July, and now that we're in September. I wanted to do a book haul and share it with you all. That rhymed. But anyway, let's just talk about books. It's not the first book that I bought, but the first book that I'm going to talk about is Disfigured by Amanda Leduc. This is a nonfiction book about disability and disfigurement in fairy tales, and discussing how we associate disabilities and disfigurement with negative connotations in fairy tales, and she explores that. I love fairy tales and I love becoming more aware, so we're excited. This author is also Canadian, which I've learned, so we love supporting Canadian authors, and the cover is also really pretty. Look at it, it's so nice. But that is one of the books that I picked up in July. I think I got it at the end of July. I talked more about this in one of my reading vlogs. One of the other books I picked up is From Blood and Ash by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This is a fantasy romance. It's new adult-ish, and I've heard it's amazing. I'm not going to talk about it much more because I talked about it in my first weekly reading vlog, but the cover is also cool as hell, and I've just heard so many good things. I know the sequel just came out, so I'm gonna try to get to this soon-ish so that I could get to that. I don't even own it. Why am I saying that? It doesn't matter. But this is basically all you need to know about this is that the romance trope in it is the royal or guarded person with the guard. That's all you need to know. You don't need to know anything else. That's it. That's all there is, folks. Lord knows you don't need to know anything else. So I'm excited to read this. Another book I got is Mexican Gothic by Silvia Moreno Garcia. Yeah. And this is a Mexican horror thriller. I've heard it described in multiple ways. It's apparently a slow burn. We've got haunted house vibes. We've got ghosts. We've got spooky weird dudes. A beautiful cover. It's by a Mexican Canadian author, and I'm just so excited. I keep holding the books out of frame. That's not how this works. So this is going to be on my October TBR. I can already tell you that now because I'm very excited to read it for spooky season, because it's apparently a spooky book, and I need spooky books in my life as we are basically in fall. So do I need to say anything else? I don't think so. Another book that I picked up is The Rage of Dragons by Evan Winter. This is another adult high fantasy, and it involves dragons. I don't know what else I could tell you. I've been trying to go into a lot of fantasy books that I read without reading the synopsis, or at least just only knowing a little bit about it, because so many times I get my hopes up based on what the synopsis says, and then I read it and I'm disappointed. So I just hope that this has some more dragoning than The Pride of the Orange Tree did, and for what I've heard, it does. I mean, the back just says, a world caught in an eternal war, one young man will become his people's only hope for survival. That's all I need to know. She's thick. It's also very floppy. I picked that up in the beginning of July, intending to read it in July, and I didn't. So there's that. But I will read it eventually. These two I'm going to do together because they're part of a series, and that is A Torch Against the Night by Sabaa Tahir, and then A Reaper at the Gates, also by Sabaa Tahir. Book 2 and 3 in the An Ember in the Ashes series. I've read A Torch Against the Night. I have yet to read A Reaper at the Gates. It's on my September TBR. I am going to get to it. I know I'm going to cry. It's fine. I'm not going to say anything plot-wise because spoilers. And don't spoil me for A Reaper at the Gates because I know I will cry anyway. So you don't need to do that emotional damage to me. Thank you. But I picked these up in July. And yes, I am bothered by the fact that one is paperback and one is hardcover. It's fine. Next, I picked up Containment by Karen Lix. This is a sequel to Sanctuary, which is a teen sci-fi novel, which is fantastic. I read it, I think 2 years ago, all in one sitting, and it freaked me the fuck out. It involves this girl, what's her name again? Kenzie. She's training to become like a full guard on this jail space station jail that's orbiting around Earth, and it keeps these kids that were suddenly given mysterious powers prisoner after these like spike things came down to Earth from an unknown source. And basically there's some shit that goes down, as you could guess, and I can't remember if there's adults in this prison or if it's just the kids, but like I don't know if that matters at this point. But it's fantastic. It's a great sci-fi horror type novel. It really gives me Alien vibes, so if you love Alien, I would definitely recommend checking it out. This is a sequel. I've been waiting to pick it up. I just put it off and put it off and put it off, and then I finally saw my chance, so I grabbed it. And the third book I think is either coming out or has already released, so I need to read this soon because it was fantastic. And another Canadian author. We love supporting Canadian authors. So I'm not going to read the synopsis for this because it spoils everything about the first book, but go read the first book if you're interested and you like sci-fi. Another book that I picked up is Temper by Nikki Drayden. This is a okay, I'm just gonna read the back to you because I truly don't know how to summarize this without just doing that. So brace for impact. Here we go. Aubin Matthews has more vices than he could deal with. 6 to be exact. You know what? No, I'm not gonna read the synopsis. I'm just gonna read this blurb, okay? 2 brothers, 7 vices, 1 demonic possession. Can this relationship survive? Do I need to say more? The last line of the synopsis is to lose his mind and to lose his temper. So that's why it's called Temper. Ooh. The cover is what first attracted me, so I had to look at it because it's beautiful. Like, heck yeah. Another one that I picked up this month is The Valiant by Leslie Livingston. This I've had on my list forever because it's about women gladiators. If you know me, that's so on brand. Like, I don't think you need any more of an explanation. Set in the Roman Empire with what Julius Caesar is self-appointed dictator. So this Valiant is the daughter of a proud Celtic king, the sister of the legendary warrior Sorcha, and the sworn enemy of Julius Caesar. You already have me intrigued. You don't need to say anything else. But yeah, she's sold to this elite training school for female gladiators. Lord knows when I'll get to this, but it's on brand, you know. Another book that I picked up this month is Echo North by Joanna Ruth Meyer. This is another young adult fantasy retelling. I want to say it's like Beauty and the Beast, who's, I think her dad goes missing. Yeah, he goes missing, she finds him frozen, and then he's guarded by a talking wolf. And then she goes, and then the wolf takes her to this house, and there's a boy trapped in the mirrors of the house. I think that's him, but he's in wolf form, so I'm pretty sure this is Beauty and the Beast retelling. Another book that I picked up is A Song of Blood and Stone by L. Penelope. This looks like a fantastic adult high fantasy, and I also just recently learned about it. It came on my radar, I don't know, probably the beginning of August, and then I had the chance to pick it up, so I did because it sounds amazing. And I need to start reading more adult fantasy, especially diverse adult fantasy, because it's out there, it's being published, and a lot of adult fantasy is still dominated by, you know, cis straight white men. So I picked it up, and I'm going to be better about reading more adult fantasy and diverse adult fantasy, hence The Rage of Dragons and Song of Blood and Stone. The second last book that I picked up is Beware the Night by Jessica Fleck. This is, well, I just noticed this was published by Swoon Reads. That's the same one that published Cemetery Boys. This is about a girl who lives in a world where they worship the sun, and it's the night can do trickery things, but they have to sacrifice people to the sun to keep the sun happy. And then the girl, Veda, her grandfather is chosen as the next sacrifice, so she obviously ain't happy about that. And there's some stuff that has to happen. Keep your eyes peopled, because I will be reading this for an upcoming readathon, which I'm happy I chose it for because it's short, so hopefully it won't take me too long to read. But you will be seeing the announcement for that very soon, so I will let you know a bit more about the book then, what I do by TBR for that. So keep your peoples. And the last book that I picked up is Horror of the Wild by Trisha Levenseller. This is a Norse Viking inspired retelling type book. How do you kill a god? Really, this is the true question, because I ask that every time I play God of War and I just want to kill Baldur the whole time. Yes, I know what happens, it's fine. Rasmira has to pass this coming of age test, and then it gets sabotaged, so she fails, so her father banishes her because he's the leader of their group. So she has to go kill a god to prove her worth and come back, based on Vikings and Norse mythology, which I'm so into. And also the cover is gorgeous, and I know a lot of people have read Trisha Levenseller's The Shadows Between Us, I think it's called. I haven't read that one, but I've heard it's really good, so I'm hoping that this one will be good. This is also for a future video, so keep your eye out for that, because it will hopefully be happening soonish. Those are all the books that I picked up in August and July. Can I do a book stack? I don't know. Oh no, there's so many. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know if there's any of these books that you've read that you liked or enjoyed. I mean, if you hated a book, I guess tell me too, because we like having different perspectives on books. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already and you like seeing my content. Let me know if you bought any books this summer that you're really excited about, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!